Recently in California, millions of dollars worth of JDM cars were seized by the government and destroyed. These cars were shipped with engines and transmissions outside of the vehicles, all in effort to try to get past borders and custom patrol. Customs informed the FBI and an investigation took place. So if borders and customs patrol found one shipment of illegal JDM cars, how many others flew under the radar? This resulted in a full-on investigation. As it turns out, the cars seized in this recent bust are just a fraction of the illegal JDM cars imported into the United States every single year. Vehicles that are not sold domestically in the United States are illegal for import until they turn 25 years old. Violation of this law is a federal crime, and the consequences are jail time and steep fines, but most importantly, you are risking the destruction of automotive history. Because if you are caught with one of these illegal Japanese domestic cars, chances are they're going to be destroyed or exported back to Japan, which means that the prices of these iconic cars continues to increase and there are less vehicles to go around. To make things worse, the FBI has been cracking down on these illegal import vehicles. Like, for example, in 2017, this $130,000 R34 GTR was seized by the federal government in Daytona Beach, Florida. The owner of this vehicle owned an import car business called Black Ops Performance. So this guy, John Stagnita, would buy cars from Japan and then illegally import them into the States. The federal government got a tip and his car was confiscated. He immediately flew under the radar, and the FBI discovered dozens of illegal cars that were sold by Black Ops Performance, all registered in Florida. And it doesn't even stop there. The Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles discovered an illegal import ring after the investigation of John Stagnita. And between 2014 and 2020, several businesses were using fake addresses, names, and identities to illegally import these cars. Some of the vehicles confiscated include a Mazda RX-7, Mitsubishi Pajero Mini, Porsche 911, R34 Nissan Skyline, a Suzuki Carry, a Toyota Hiace, a Toyota MR2, and a Nissan S15. Unfortunately, these cars are being seized by the US government and are now being destroyed or auctioned off to other countries, never to be in the US, Canada, or Mexico again. And until 2024, this is going to continue to be a problem. Just this year, the FBI and Department of Transportation found over 300 Florida-titled GTRs that are being illegally driven in the United States. It's unsure what's going to happen to these cars, but chances are they will be destroyed or exported to other countries with blacklisted VINs. As of right now, the only Skylines that are import legal under show and display laws are the 1990 Nissan Skyline Nismo, the 1999 GTR V-Spec, and the 2002 Nissan GTR M-Spec NERC. Those are the only cars that you can import legally without having to pass safety and EPA regulation. And if you ever dreamed of owning one, you can expect to pay upwards of $300,000 for a R34 GTR. So if you see a GTR driving on the road in the United States that is not one of these models, it is in fact a black market car. Many importers are willing to cut corners and smuggle these cars into the country despite the legal consequences, because chances are they are not going to be caught. But how do they get away with it? I first off want to say that the US Border and Customs Patrol, they take their job pretty seriously. I'm glad they're taking care of these illegal cars, but at the same time, the people who really need to face the repercussions are the licensed, bonded importers who are getting away with importing these illegal cars and are risking the chance that these things will be destroyed. As it turns out, it's a lot easier to import a car than I previously thought. So after you become a licensed, registered, and bonded importer, all you have to do is lie about what you are importing. If you properly fill out the paperwork, you can expect to pass customs without any issues. So just to reiterate, I made a list of the 5 steps that you have to take to illegally import a car. Please don't actually illegally import a car, and don't blame it on me if you do. So you place your AutoZam AZ1 in a shipping container. You tell customs that it contains something like car parts. You fill out the customs paperwork stating that it contains car parts, not an AutoZam AZ1. You arrive at the port, you do the paperwork, and then you drive off with an AutoZam AZ1. No questions asked. So in most states, the DMV will turn you away unless you have proper paperwork stating that you have in fact legally imported this car. So are there over 300 illegally imported GTRs with Florida titles? Florida, of all places, simply does not care. You see, in Florida, many of the license plate offices are privately owned businesses, meaning that you don't even have to go to the DMV to get plates. You can literally go to, I kid you not, Florida Fast Title for plates and registration. This is honestly crazy, and somehow they still operate within the laws of the government. However, just because your car is legal in Florida does not mean it is legal in the eyes of the federal government. If the car is still under 25 years old, it has to pass EPA and NHTSA regulations in order for it to be legal in the United States. So even if you have a title, plates, and registration, your car is still deemed unsafe for road use. Doesn't make any sense at all, because meanwhile we have Teslas blowing up in the middle of the road. It's totally okay. Regardless of Teslas and blowing up and everything, the big problem here is that shady importers are continuing to do this without facing a whole lot of repercussion. And they're willing to risk the destruction of imports for a quick profit, and this is not okay. On top of that, the government is okay with destroying these cars when really there should be an alternative form of punishment for people who buy these illegal cars from these shady importers. Instead of destroying the car or auctioning it off, tell the owner that the vehicle can't be registered or driven until it is 25 years old. If the owner fails to follow this law, the government can take the car away. So if you're looking to buy an AutoZone AZ1 or a Nissan Pajero, or even a R34 GTR, make sure that it is imported legally so you don't have to face the repercussions. If you watched this video all the way to the end, I just want to thank you guys so much. We just hit 2K subs. I know everyone says this, but I never thought I'd actually get 2K subs. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I was thinking about designing some merch, but I don't know yet. I mean, I only have 2K subs, probably one person would buy it, and that would be my mom. But let me know what you guys think in the description. And if you're not subscribed already, make sure you do that. I'll see you guys in the next video.